Guccicraftz.
Hey Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci. It's me, Gucci, and I'm back. Yes. So we are actually starting a 2-day project today. I seen a video. I forget which crafting person I seen doing this, but shout out to them. Maybe if I can go back and find it, I will put their original video in the description box below. But I know that you all have heard of alcohol ink. If you haven't, it's an ink with an alcohol base. You can buy it in the crafting stores for an absurd amount of money. Or you can make your own with very simple ingredients. 91% alcohol, not the drinking kind. Yes. And guess what? Dollar Tree permanent markers. $1. All of these pretty colors. $1. Yes. And these little bottles that come from Michaels. I think I got 6 of these in a pack. This was like $3.49 regularly, and I use my 50% off coupon, so I didn't even pay that for it. But I like these in particular because they have that little bitty squirt hole. I don't know if you can really see it. Yeah. It's got the little bitty squirt hole, so not that much of it is going to come out. Because you are using alcohol, it is going to dry very quickly, the ink. And on the second part of this, because we're going to have to let this sit for 24 hours, but on the second part of this, we're going to try it out on some coasters and see how bright and brilliant the color will come out, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Get right into how we are going to disassemble these. We're going to pop the top off, and then we're going to go. We may need a little assistance from our scissors. We can get these off. Trying to loosen it up here. There it goes. It's coming. And I'm using gloves because this is permanent ink. There it is. Ho, ho, ho. Oh yeah. So we have our tube, and what we want to do is we want to cut the tubing. It's encased with this. We want to go ahead and cut that off. And we want to get all of that. We want to get all this permanent ink out of here. I would like for it to come out a lot less stringier than this, but anywho, we're going to take it and we're going to stick it down into our bottle. So that's going to be our brown, and we're also going to get this tip here because this tip, my friend, has some ink in it. Yeah. Take that tip. Push that down in there. And we'll save this. Who knows, we might be able to do something with this later. And we're going to do the same thing for the rest of the color. So I'm going to pop all of the rest of these loose, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all of them apart. So what I did is on the first 2, I cut open the casing and I kind of opened it up and put it in there. So I'm going to see how that works out. And on the other 4, I put the tips in just like I did on this one, but I kept the casing and I just cut it into pieces and put it inside. And as you can see for the green one, I mean, the permanent ink is already starting to come out of there. So that's a good sign. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fill each one to the top. And again, this is 2 fluid ounces. And I mean, look, that color is already coming in. We're going to put the top on here. I'm going to shake it a little bit. Okay, so that's going to be our green one, which is kind of looking a little turquoise. I'm going to do the same for our red. Same here with this one. And again, 2 fluid ounces. All that purple's gonna be pretty. And the thing about this is, like, you could actually mix these colors. Like, if you took the little cut up casings and you could mix them together in a bottle to make like your own color. Kind of tempted to do that, but I really want to see how these come out first. This is my first time doing the alcohol inks, so I want to see, do I get better color if I have the casing off, like in this case, with the brown and the yellow. I really want to use these brown and yellows to do wood grain. When you see the wood grain done with alcohol ink, those are the colors that they use. Some people just use the yellow. So we're going to take it and give it a good shake. We'll give our brown a good shake. And we're going to bottle up the others. And guess what? Give it a shake. That blue looks super pretty already. All that purple's looking good too. And our red kind of looks a little orangish. Kind of like a blood orange red here is what I'm getting from this one. So move our alcohol out of the way, and we still got tons of that alcohol because we have 32 fluid ounces of that alcohol. That alcohol was about $2.50 at Walmart for the big bottle, but you can go get the alcohol from the dollar store. It probably won't be as big as that one. But hey, it'll only be $1, and it's good for experimenting if you're just trying the alcohol inks like myself. So there we have our 6 colors. We are going to let these sit for 24 hours, and then I'll come back and we'll see with our little experiment if we got more color when we opened up the casing. I'm supposed to actually just leaving the casing in there. Just see how it looks. I don't know if I'm going to actually just leave them in there the whole time that the ink is there, or if I want to take them out and kind of squeeze some of the color out of there. But we will see what happens. So I will come back in 24 and we'll test them out. All right, you guys, so I am back with the alcohol inks that we made from our Dollar Tree permanent markers. As you can see, I've been kind of playing with it a little bit. Some of the colors came out darker than others. So if you remember the brown and the yellow, I kind of left that open casing in there along with the tips. The yellow did not come out as dark as I would have liked it to come out. The brown is very, very rich in the bottle. The green, very dark, very rich. That had already started. I mean, and it's the green, it's completely dyed the actual bottle itself like a light green. And you can see that color. The red is not as dark as I would have liked it to be. The blue, just a brilliant dark blue. And they're running because I just had them open. I don't have them closed all the way there. And the purple came out a very deep color purple. Now the beautiful thing about alcohol inks is that they dry very quickly, but because you are using permanent marker, they will stain. And so make sure that you're wearing gloves, or you're going to be scrubbing this stuff off your hand for days. I actually end up getting some on my table and it does not come out. Okay, let me tell you that. So be very careful when you're using this because you're doing it with permanent markers, and even the ones that you buy from the crafting store, it will most likely stain. So what I would actually do for the colors that didn't get as deep as I would like them to for the red is either I would put 2 red markers into a bottle, or I would actually go and buy maybe some Sharpie permanent markers. So it'll be a little bit more expensive than actually getting them from the Dollar Tree. But I think that these colors came out pretty well to say that they came from Dollar Tree permanent markers. And again, you can either buy actual Sharpie markers because they probably have a little bit more ink in them than the Dollar Tree markers do, or you can double up on the markers inside of the jars. So I think that would make these colors, the colors that came out light, the red and the yellow, I think that would make them richer. So I may try that and do a video showing you guys, but I wanted to demonstrate the colors on some coasters. So this is just and see, look, it's all that alcohol ink on my gloves, like it's already dry. It's not transferring there. It's permanently on these gloves now. But these are just towels, actual tiles from Home Depot. Cost about 15-16 cents. I practice all kinds of new things on these because they're so cheap. So what you need when you're dealing with the alcohol ink is just a dry brush, and this is just a brush that I got from Michael's. I think it was like $1.50, something like that. And you can see I've been using it, but it's dry, so that's what we need. And so when we go across it, you see no color is coming off, right? So let me go with, I think I want to do like a purple, blue, green, maybe something like that. And then maybe the other one, we'll try to see if we can get the wood grain look with them onto our coaster. We'll see. So for this one, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna drip it down, and then you want to get your brush, and you want to brush spread that color out. And it, like I said, it dries very, very quickly. And so you want to brush. What I have noticed is that with the dried ink, when you add another color, it kind of loosens up that dried ink on the bottom. So be careful with that if you want to keep the color tone. Sorry, I don't think you guys can see me. Let me see. I might have to put the camera this way, because this white coaster in the light, you can't even see. There you go. So you can see kind of what we're coming up with now. So I'm going to just keep the camera close. Now I'm just going to add some more purple, because I want to get the color a little bit darker on there. And I'm just brushing, and what's happening is it's creating those pretty brush strokes, and you can see like the dark line. It's giving the coaster some texture. So I'm going to add a little bit more purple. Get it concentrated in there. See, making sure that I'm showing you guys. It's kind of giving it like that marble effect. So I want more. I want my color darker, more concentrated in some areas. Then I can drop it. And you can actually start to see it dry, just like alcohol, right? And you can see where I'm dropping the line, and it kind of runs, that it's a darker line. It's just giving it some texture. And now I want to add in a little bit of blue. And I'm going to try to lay it down for this. It makes it so much easier for me. That blue is really dark and rich. And what I like to do is I brush it until it's dry, so I can kind of keep my design. And as you can see, the way you move your brush when it's drying helps you to add that texture in there. And my blue fell over. Oh, Lordy B. My blue fell over. My desk is going to be dyed blue. I got this cloth down. I'm knocking them all over. And I spilt some purple on that blue. But that's okay. Can mix it in for contrast. That looks so pretty already. So I'm going to add a little bit more blue actually over here. And this stuff it splashes because, I mean, it's alcohol, honey. So it's not very thick at all. The ones that you buy in the store are a little bit thicker, but they'll still splash on you. Because it has just like the consistency of water, really. And we can see how that's coming out. So that's how it's starting to look on our coaster. And then I want to go in and I'm going to add in a little bit more purple to it. And you see how when I move, it's actually wetting that ink that's on the bottom back up. All right. And you can kind of, like I said, move your brush with the design. I like how this purple and blue are kind of meshing together here. And I mean, that's dry, like, look. It's not going nowhere on there. So like I said, with these, I've seen the store alcohol ink be a little bit more darker and richer when it comes out. But these are Dollar Tree markers, and I think that I could achieve a bit of a richer color if I went with Sharpie markers, but I like the effect that this is giving me. And I'm kind of just like taking the brush and like giving texture to the design and really just playing around with it until I get it to my desired color combo and my desired brush design. I can go in there with my brush. And I'm just patting the brush over, and it's giving it a really, really cool, like, marbled effect. And look, it's dry. It has this really, really cool, like, marbled effect. Pretty, 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 pretty. And so this is our blue and our purple. That made a really cute coaster. Let's see if we can get the wood grain effect with our yellow and brown. That's usually what's used for wood grain effect, is the colors yellow and brown. So, oh, I still got some blue on there. Yeah, my brush isn't all the way dry, but it's okay. I'm going to add some brown in there. Let me dab my brush. So that's our yellow. And this really, I mean, it does splash on you, honey. It splashes. And I'm just going up and down, and as you can see, I'm already starting to get that like wood effect. Tilt it. I want to get like a dark line there. And I'm just brushing up and down. And again, like, I brush until the ink is dry. And so you see in there how I'm starting to get those lines that are really starting to look like wood. I also think that I would get a bit of a darker effect if I coat my coasters first with a flat white paint. Because this alcohol ink is just going on top of this glossy finish. So I think my colors actually would maybe show up a little bit brighter too if I was using that. And see, I'm really defining those wood lines there. All right, as they come in. I'm going to put a little bit more yellow on there in a couple of places. And I'm just using the tip, brushing up and down Up and down. And I actually like that it had a little bit of blue in there. I actually like that. Yeah, that's coming out really nice. And I'm going to put a little bit more brown on. And this is definitely splashing me. Might have little speckles of color. And I'm just going up and down with the tip of the brush. Trying to define those lines, really get like a deep brown color in there. Yeah, really give myself that wood grain, like marbled look. Look at that, that's so wet. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. That's with our yellow, brown, and a little bit of blue. And it's completely dry. This was what we got out of our blue and purple. Just using our brush to make a design. Just dapping the brush over. You can use sponges, whatever you like. And then, you know, with this, I would take this and, you know, you can maybe throw some glitter on it, add some epoxy over it. Because this alcohol ink is already dry, if you wanted to, you could simply place a decal over it, somebody's name. You could put a picture and have this around as the frame. You could use gems to bling it out, whatever you would like to do. But that came out really, really pretty on the background. And for the edges, what I would do is get a little brush and just dip some alcohol ink on it and just go around the edges to clean up the edges on the outside of it. Because, I mean, that stuff is already dry. But to make the edges look pretty, that's what I would do. Just get a little brush and go in and brush over it to color it. And the same thing for this one. You know, you could put anything on there. The color, like I said, it probably would be darker maybe if I put a primer over the coaster itself, because it has that, see the coaster's already shiny, right? Kind of see it reflecting off the light. Yeah. So I probably would get like darker colors. Oh, my glove's wet. It's messing up my design here. Now I gotta put a little bit more brown on here. Why y'all didn't tell me I was messing up my design? And the beautiful thing I like about it is kind of like, you know, if you get it wet while you're still moving it, you can change your design if you feel like, you know, you messed it up some. The brush just gives it texture, so you can use different brushes if you're going to do it with coasters. People use alcohol ink for tumblers as well, to give it a really, really pretty color once you put the epoxy and stuff like that on there. So that's our alcohol ink, you guys. We made some alcohol ink out of Dollar Tree markers. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I will be playing around with these a lot more, so you may see some posts of stuff that I'm going to make with the alcohol inks. And I'm probably, for the red and the yellow, I probably will add some extra markers in there. Go back to the Dollar Tree and get a couple of extra markers. What's going on with Gucci? So, September, next month, is Gucci's birthday. It's my birthday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, y'all know the month is going to be what? Epic. Yes, epic, epic, epic. So, I'm really, really excited about it. We have a lot going on with www.iteachcrafts.com. Coming up next month in September, I have a Business Essentials Side Hustle Edition. It's going to teach you how to brand, how to target market, how to grow your business with social media, and most importantly, how to price your merchandise, which all actually ties into how you're going to brand yourself. Branding is very, very important, and it's not just sticking your logo on everything. It's a little bit more in depth than that, and that's what we're going to cover in that class. Also, I'm going to have chip bags on Microsoft Word, how to build your own template in Microsoft Word, and then how to design your chip bag, put it together, create it, and all that stuff. All my classes that I'm offering at www.iteachcrafts.com are going to be 35% off for the entire month of September. Right now, I have those September classes on the website, so you can purchase them before September comes. And if you want to get the 35% off of my classes, you're going to use code Gucci35. That's GUCCI 35. That's about it for me. All the classes that I had last month, they are on the website as well, and they're offered as a playback. It's not a live class, but it's a playback. All those classes are 35% off too. So everything Gucci on the website is going to be 35% off because Gucci's turning 35 this year. Oh, and I'm having an online birthday party for my birthday. So my birthday is September the 26th. If you have not already, you need to go like the Guccicraftz page on Facebook, and then you need to go join the Iteach Crafts group on Facebook because we gonna be online partying in that G thing, yes. Also in the month of September, I'm going to be hosting an online pop-up shop. So we want to do this online pop-up shop in the group called Craftzland, the land of homemade crafts and jewelry. The group is already open. I don't have everything all decorated and stuff like that in there yet. But go to Facebook, type in Craftzland, and you'll be able to go ahead and join that group. That is where the pop-up shop is going to be. So I'm going to be accepting 50 businesses to do the online pop-up shop where you're just going to go live and sell. So those are your call to actions. Go, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, of course, do that. All right. Thank you. Subscribe to Guccicraftz on Facebook. And subscribe to the Iteach Crafts group. And if you want to be a part of the pop-up shop, or you just want to come in there and buy some stuff from some really cool vendors, join the Craftzland group. Until next week, you guys, Gucci is out. Gucci is a little tired today, as you can tell. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.